What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We're headed to Iron Energy, our new home gym, and we got a full house today, as are Rashawn, Hannah here, and about to smash this upper body workout. I'm about to get into the next phase of my mini cut, so I'm super excited about that. So before we get into it, make sure you guys subscribe. I want to help you guys get shredded, help you guys go through my mini cuts so you guys implement it into your lifestyle, and I'll see you guys in the gym.
Upside down. They want to see me up right now. I don't find my...
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Iron Energy. Just doing my upper body workout, starting off with bench press, and today I'm actually feeling a little rough because I feel like the fatigue is accumulating. My weights aren't moving like they normally do. You know, I'm starting to feel a little achy. So this is actually a good sign that I'm gonna need a deload. Now, a lot of the time people just think that, you know, the programming needs to change, I hit a plateau. But over time, as fatigue accumulates, you have to take a step back. So I'm gonna see how the rest of this workout goes, and then I'm gonna make a call to see if I need to deload after today's workout. Feeling weak. Honestly, it's going to be a part of the process too. When you guys are mini cutting, you are eventually going to hit a wall where your lifts are going to drop. Now, the thing is, you don't want to pivot and just start lifting heavier strength training just because your lifts drop. You still want to make sure your programming is still based on hypertrophy training to get the most out of the programming. So I'm going to keep pushing through. You know, not every day is gonna be the best day, but I'm gonna make today a good day. My shoulder's feeling a little off today, so I'm just gonna tone the weights back to make sure there's zero discomfort. So if you guys are in the gym, you know, what I used to do when I was young, I thought I was invincible. You know, I used to play football. I was like, pain is nothing, you know? If I'm on the field and I get messed up, you know, I'm getting back up and going in. But it wasn't the smartest thing to do. So now that I'm in the gym, I have goals, and I've learned, especially through rhabdo, is that if I feel any discomfort, you want to tone it back. And sometimes, you know, taking a step back today will allow me to go 2 steps forward later. You know, a lot of the time we get in our own heads, we just want to push through, and then before you know it, you have a lagging injury that's going to last not just weeks, but it could be months. So if you guys have any aches or pains like that, you know, make sure you guys take care of it. You don't want to, you know, to an extreme end up with rhabdo. One thing on the machines here is that, you know, I could crank it up to like 4 plates and just get the motion through, but since I am trying to focus on working my chest, make sure, you know, my form is allowing me to hit chest. So let's say I go really close and I just squeeze back and push through. You know, I'm gonna get a lot of my triceps, and my triceps are really strong. I'll be able to pump more weight. But especially today, since I'm not feeling the best, what I'm gonna do is more focus on the form where I'm focusing on my elbow coming across my body. So as I'm pressing, I'm focusing on this motion from my elbow back. I feel a stretch in my chest. As I'm pressing through, my elbow comes close to the midline of my body, and I squeeze my chest. Now, on the eccentric, it's important not just to let it drop, it's that you have that motion going backwards as well. So I keep tension on my chest, feel a nice stretch, and I repeat. Moving on to chest fly. After we do some compound movements, it's good to get some volume in with some isolation movements. You know, if you do too many compound movements, you're not gonna be able to isolate the muscle 100%, depending on, you know, if you're using good form, if you have a good mind muscle connection. But since it's hard for me to activate my chest, I like implementing isolations so I can just target my chest. Now, the same thing goes for the machine, you know? You don't want to just swing it through. You know, if you even have to drop the weight a bit, same concepts apply. You know, feel the stretch straight through, activate your chest, and then bring your arm to the midline of your body. Now, my earlier days of training, I used to have an ego because I was a football guy, and I just wanted to move as much weight as possible. You know, the second I was able to tone things back, make sure I'm training with a purpose, that's when I started to see growth. So if you guys are hitting a plateau, you know, you might have to think about a deload or ensuring that you're executing the exercises properly. See, now the thing is, like, I tone back the weight on the compound movements. I'm actually feeling no discomfort here. So I'd feel more comfortable going a little bit closer to failure on this movement. When I start getting back into the gym, I know this one's gonna be a safe one to do, to start amping up at a higher intensity.
You might have to call Reagan. Hey, hey. Paparazzi rock a silver badge where I come from. I can show you how to get a bag if you want one.
Burn it. So we're moving on to easy bar curl. And I do recommend picking a bigger movement for biceps. Having the attached bar is going to allow you to move more weight. But personally, I like the easy bar because if I do the flat bar, it really irritates my wrist. So what you can do is a test. Put your arms straight out, and where do they naturally lie? Are they all the way flat or do they have a slight bend? My range of motion to turn is a little bit harder. So, you know, I try to avoid barbell. I'll do it here and there, but I just gotta be careful with it. So play around with it, see which one works better for you. But you definitely do wanna make sure you're getting the most amount of tension for your first exercise of a specific body part.
When you shoot the footage, give my good side. You like me way better on my good side. Every angle on it is a good side. I can show you what the real thing look like.
There's never a time where someone doesn't want it. There's something wrong. Fuck. Hell yeah.
So, moving on to dumbbell, I'm only doing 2 sets here. And then when you guys are performing this movement, you guys are gonna leave activation on the table if you don't supinate. So what I like to do is focus on bringing my hand up, focusing on my pinky, and coming across and squeezing at the top. You know, don't leave any range of motion left on the table, come all the way up, and then all the way back down. You can even squeeze your tricep to make sure that you're fully extended. Finishing up here with bicep machine. Now I do feel like there's merit to hit failure once in a while. So this is the last exercise that's on the machine. It's safe to do, or last exercise for biceps. So for the last set, you know, I wanted to hit failure, get a little bit of extra stimulus. But the secret is that you're implementing an intensity that you can recover from. That's what's most important. So, you know, I wasn't feeling that good with chest. I didn't want to reach failure. You know, biceps feeling good. I'm going to reach failure on this. I'll probably push my triceps because I know next week is going to be a deload, or starting tomorrow is going to be a deload. So I can push myself a little bit harder today to get the most out of that deload. So moving on to triceps, the last part of the workout here, we're going to be doing overhead tricep extension. It's really good because they have a machine for this with cables, so you're going to stay stabilized. Now, if you don't have that, you can just use a regular cable machine. You know, I like to put it maybe at my hip height or chest height, come around to put my hands up. But for this here, it's gonna stabilize you because you do get to sit down. So because your long head of your tricep does cross your shoulder joint, you know, you do wanna hit it at different angles. You know, biomechanically, generally this would be better, but when looking at EMG data, it's better to hit it when your shoulder is back like this, so shoulder extended. But no, I don't want to leave any gains on the table, so I am going to be hitting it at all different angles. I was kind of just grabbing my form there, kind of feeling out the angle, but to make sure you're getting the most out of the movement, is you want to force your elbow back behind your head. You can kind of see that my elbow was coming forward a little bit, so I'm not getting that full effect. So make sure when you are performing this movement, it's all the way back. Now, you can do it a little bit in front and just have a little bit different activation, but make sure you're doing everything for a reason. So if I want to do overhead, I'm sticking to overhead. If I want to do it on a bench, I'm doing it on a bench. If I want to do it standing cables like this, you're doing it properly. So that's gonna ensure that when you are trying to hit it at different angles, you are activating the right muscle groups. So in the last exercise, our arms were above head. This exercise, our arm is more straight across. And then you guys can guess it, the next exercise, our arms are gonna be down by our sides. It doesn't make too much of a difference, but if you do the same exercises over time, you're not gonna have a balanced tricep muscle. Now the next thing is, since we are using dumbbells, we're gonna have the weight in each hand, so we can ensure that we're gonna have symmetry on both sides. Because if you do everything with the bar, and you can overcompensate on one side, and one side will grow bigger than another. So if you guys have imbalances with your physique, you know, slow it down, use a strong mind muscle connection, and use bilateral exercises to ensure that you're able to move the weight separately from each hand or each leg.
Rhyme and reason, stop believing non-believers that do not believe in not a thing but rocky seasons, galaxies and Samsungs, Milky Way, Steve Jobs must be God. How we live on IG live, but when the phone died and we died, but I can show you how to get a bag if you want one.
Finish up the workout. Right after the workout, I'm gonna be taking 2 scoops of Ghost Whey, blueberry toaster pastry, one of my favorites. I actually like mixing this up with Greek yogurt. We can make blueberry toaster pastry cheesecakes with light cream cheese, low fat or 0 fat. This is what I'm gonna be doing right now. And you know, I wanna end off the video talking about why me not getting the job at McDonald's was such a good thing for me. So when I was in high school, I actually applied to McDonald's. I got an interview and I didn't get the job. Now there's nothing wrong with working at McDonald's, you know, whatever works best. But for me personally, you know, it was not a job that I enjoyed and it's something that I didn't want to do. Now a week later, I actually got a job at a nicer restaurant. Now the thing is, mentally I was in a place where, you know, I didn't believe that I could get a job at a nicer place. So, you know, McDonald's, I thought that was it. I was a little depressed that I didn't get a call back after a week because they said they were gonna call me in a couple days. But if I didn't give myself that opportunity to get another job at a restaurant or somewhere else, I would have never gotten the job. Now, the moral of this story is that, you know, if you don't even give yourself the opportunity to win, you know, you're not going to be able to achieve things that you want to do. And it's not just for, let's say, applying for a certain job or, you know, not just about hitting a certain fitness goal, but it's more about anything that you want to do in life. So, you know, if you feel like you can get a job at one place, why couldn't you get a better job? If you feel like you could lose 5 pounds, why couldn't you lose 10? Now, if you don't go out of your way to try and even, you know, hit your goals, there's gonna be 100% chance you're not gonna hit it. So I think it was like Wayne Gretzky, you don't score something and none of the shots you take or something like that. But, you know, give yourself a chance, give yourself the opportunity to even achieve stuff. Because I know a lot of people have aspirations to do certain things, but they never put themselves out there to even give themselves the chance to do it. So, you know, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And, you know, that one little concept, that one little change in my life really helped change the trajectory because it gave me the belief in myself to do more than what I thought was achievable at first. Because, you know, I used to play it safe, but once I got out of my comfort zone, you know, I actually surprised myself with what I was able to do, the little that I was able to do so far. So, gonna enjoy this. One of my favorite flavors. If you guys want to check this stuff out, you guys can check out Ghost. Use code Patty for 20% off. It's highly appreciated because I do get a commission off of it, and this is the stuff that I do take every single day. Other than that, guys, if you like the video, please subscribe. Let me know in the comments below, you know, what your goals are for the year, what goals that you always wanted to achieve, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of The Mini Cut.